Back in Barnwell tonight where the Warhorses, not a whole lot going on offensively in the first half. Bamberg-Ehrhardt, the visitors, both these teams came in with terrific records, but right now it has been a defensive battle between the two. And Matt Lane, there were some nice plays, but not very many offensively. I mean, most of the plays were defensive plays, to be quite honest.
Well, this is something going into half you would say, well, we didn't do this right. We need to work on this. But you also didn't give up anything. So whether you struggled in the first half on offense like Barnwell did, I mean, technically they both did, but for Bamberg, very encouraging on offense, just not able to get in the end zone. But for Barnwell, I mean, it doesn't matter because the other team didn't score either. Fresh start this second half. Could be either team's game. We'll find out.
Well, let's take a look at those highlights. The biggest play, ironically enough, the biggest play was called back, and here it was. It was a great run by A.J. Williams. Williams made a man miss in the backfield, and once he saw this seam, he was gone. He had one man. The safety was still back there, and the safety was able to make a play and tackle him inside the 10 down at the 9-yard line. That play came back because of an illegal shift. That was the biggest play of the game, 64-yard run negated. There. And then let's watch, we said, the highlights of the game. Not much on offense, but there were some defensive highlights. Here is one of them made by the sophomore, Deshaun Watson, fighting off a block and tackles the quarterback for a loss on a big third down play.
After a great push from Frank Highland to get in the backfield as well.
And here's another, let's check another defensive play here. Is again on third down, trying to get to the outside. And again, it was a nice defense play, this time by Bamberg, as their talented running back, who also plays linebacker, Wilkins, made the play there. All right, well, without further ado, let's go down to the field. Each week we have a special segment where we introduce you to a certain part of each team, so let's let Savannah Strom do just that.
All right, I'm down here with the Augusta Sports Council Ray Guy, punters of the game. Over here, number 12 from Barnwell, we have Ty Frazier. And then over here, number 37, we have, this is the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen, Blaze Bunch from Bamberg-Ehrhardt. All right, I want to ask you a question. What is the longest punt that you have recorded at Barnwell?
56.
Ooh, we like that. That's awesome. All right, and I want to ask you, what is your favorite part of being on a football team?
Playing with the brotherhood, that's what we do. Come play on Friday nights.
All right, awesome. Well, these guys are your Augusta Sports Council Ray Guy punters of the game. Back to you, Matt and AB.
All right, thanks a lot, Savannah, and congrats to those two young men, Ty Frazier and Blaze Bunch, our punters of the game. And there you see, Matt and I rolling here in Barnwell. Yeah. And look, in the second half, if you had to say a key for either team, what's kind of the key you think here, Matt? Is it getting off to a quick start? I mean, what would it be?
To run the football. They tried to pass it a couple of times. They've made it very obvious. They're not going to run a bunch of receivers out and try to throw it around the field. But instead of just trying to maybe toss it and catch them slipping and have a one-man route, they did such a great job running the ball. Continue to do that. For Barnwell, get something going, like get something memorable on offense where even if it is a short pass that turns into a long pass, if it's something that it's a long run, something like that where you can get it going and get some jazzed up.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll do want to tell you, though, when we come back, we'll give you an update on that Evans-Greenbrier game. Evans making a move late in the first half. More to come, though, here. Game Night Live, second half kickoff coming your way right after this. All right, and we are back here at Barnwell High School, ready for the kickoff of the second half. The Bamberg-Ehrhardt squad will kick it off here, so Barnwell will get the ball to start the second half. The return man catches it at about the 10, and that is Harvey, and Harvey's going to be up to around actually pushes his way all the way up near the 30. I think all the way up to the 31. So Harvey, who coming into the game had 12 rushing touchdowns, averaging over 100 yards a game and a touchdown and a half per contest. He gets the ball, and he had Michael Lee blocking for him, and he's able to, again, push all the way up to the 31-yard line. So 1st and 10, Barnwell. The Warhorses trying to stay undefeated, facing a tough challenge from a very good Bamberg team. Don't think the score is low because these two teams are not good. It's just the defenses are playing really good right now. And so Barnwell does come out throwing. That's what the coach said. Coach Garrick said we're going to come out throwing it a little more, and they did there.
Yeah, try to stretch the field a little bit. get them running around, making sure they have to make that sure tackle on the outside.
So they had an ineligible man downfield.
And the Bamberg-Ehrhardt High School Scholar of the Game is number 58, Luke Harper. He's a senior starting right guard for the Red Raiders. Maintains a 4.843, very important GPA at Bamberg-Ehrhardt High School. Congrats to Luke Harper, number 58, the Scholar of the Game. That's pretty good. 4.8.
4.8. What is this all about?
I thought 4.0 was...
Well, I mean, some people go on the 5 scale. If he's on the 4 scale, that's pretty darn good. He got a lot of special credit.
Yeah, apparently.
Come on, Luke.
Yeah, man.
Quit kissing up to the teachers, man.
Take it easy.
Take the 4.0 and be happy with it.
Yeah.
Nah, great job by that young man in the classroom and on the field, and congrats to him on that honor. Barnwell with the football. And looking to throw. Throwing deep. They've got a man down there, but the defense is right there as well. Great coverage by number 21 for Bamberg-Ehrhardt. That is Manigault. Gerald Manigault making the play. So Manigault on the coverage.
I mean, great throw. The throw was there. The receiver was there to catch it, but a terrific defensive play.
About as good as you can play that coverage-wise.
Right.
He was running step for step the receiver and gets his hands on the football. So Gerald Manigault, nice play. So it's third down. So Barnwell has come out throwing, and they're spread again here with 3 wide receivers to the left. And they throw it, got a man, and it's intercepted. It's tipped and intercepted by Manigault. Manigault down the sidelines. He's pushed out. So first he makes a great play on the deep throw, and there he's ready for the tip drill as the ball goes through the receiver's hands. Manigault with the pick, and Barnwell loses the football on the interception.
Terrific play. Something as innocent as just, having the ball go through your hands can turn into a turnover, as we see right here. Huge play for Bamberg. Now they're on Barnwell's side of the field, and again, I think you're going to see a heavy dose of run here from Bamberg.
And not a bad break for Elmore. The pass was thrown a little high, but the receiver's hands were on it. And Manigault, I think, got a little bit lucky. That ball hit him right in the gut because it was tipped, and he was so close to the receiver, it's hard to react on that tip ball, but it went right in his gut.
It was a block in the back.
So a block in the back on the return.
And earlier in the game, pass is thrown from Barnwell, Bamberg had another shot to intercept it. Now it was tipped twice.
Yeah.
And the defensive back wasn't able to come down with it, but still a chance. They have been in and around the football the entire game so far.
That is absolutely true. And they have it now. Good field position. And they got A.J. Williams in a shotgun. Williams.
See if they pick up where Barnwell left off. Just really excited about throwing the ball, trying to get something going. But Bamberg doing such a good job of running the ball in the first half of the game.
Keyshawn Brown, fumble on the snap, but Brown and also the quarterback Williams right there.
Looked like they were looking for the exact call right at the moment the ball was snapped, right there on the miscommunication.
So not a good way to start the drive after you get the interception from Manigault. You have great field position. You back yourself up 4 yards on the fumble, so it's 2nd and 14. A.J. Williams, the quarterback. Keyshawn Brown is at the running back spot. Manigault also in there, and he's going to go out wide to the far side of the field. As Williams looks like a blitz. They do come. And Williams going to keep it and run right where the blitz was. Up that middle, and he's able to pick up some nice yards.
Does a great job with the options. I mean, you really have to pay attention. As you see right here, rides it out as far as he can, makes the defender make a decision, the most important part, and then elects to keep it running up the middle.
I'm so impressed with running backs and quarterbacks who can do that and make it look smooth and also know when to hold and when not. Yeah. You would think with younger players like this there'd be more fumbles, but they, like you said, he does a really good job with it.
Gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Yeah, I would fight for the ball. I would want to keep it.
Yeah, you would just keep it every time.
We got a timeout on the field, a Napleton Infinity of Augusta timeout. As we are early in the second half. No score in this one. A lot of scoring going on around the area, and you can catch all that scoring, by the way, on Football Friday night. Tonight, 11:35, the area's only 30-minute show dedicated to high school football. we'll take a timeout here and be back with more in just a moment, though. Timeout on the field. More to come from Game Night Live here in Barnwell. All right, we are back at Barnwell High School and ready for this big third down play. It's third down at about 7, maybe 8. And Wilkins is in motion. They fake it to him. Williams going to keep it. Williams up the middle with a big hole. Williams breaking tackles, still on his feet. What a run by the quarterback. That is A.J. Williams, and he's inside the red zone.
Terrific run. Another great decision. Really runs this offense very effectively. You see, puts his man in motion, hikes it at the right time, fakes it. And then just a terrific run, physical.
How many guys had a chance to stop him, and instead he's all the way down inside the 20. We're in the Augusta Technical College red zone. Great run that time by Williams. This time he fakes it, keeps it again. Then he pitches it to Wilkins. A last-second pitch, and Wilkins is inside the 10, inside the 5, and he's going to be pushed down maybe right at the 5-yard line. Great play by Williams to get rid of that football.
Exactly. A great job on defense by Barnwell, but this is why this offense is so dangerous if you have somebody that knows how to run it, because even when you play it perfectly, a lot of times you still end up giving up some yards.
On that one, you can't cover all three parts. You can't cover that fullback up the middle, the quarterback keeping the ball, and the pitch guy. I mean, it's so tough on a defense.
I mean, even right there, they had 2 guys on the pitch man, and they still get a couple of yards.
Well, there we go up the middle, and nowhere to go there.
Ryan Harper, another tackle. Again, very physical defensive player for Barnwell, as you see him right here. Makes the sure tackle. A couple of war horses there, but Harper kind of leading the charge.
Well, let's see what they do here. As the last time they got down here deep in Barnwell territory, they started throwing the football, and it really stopped the drive. Let's see what they do. Williams, I doubt you're going to see that this time. They've been so effective with Williams running the football. Williams. And he does fake it to the running back, keeps it himself, and Williams is into the end zone for the Bamberg-Ehrhardt touchdown. Well, these Bamberg fans are loving it. Barnwell side pretty quiet right now. They start the drive in great field position thanks to the interception by Manigault, and Williams took care of most of the yardage himself, and he finishes off the drive with a short touchdown run.
Yeah, terrific run. Again, that's kind of what we thought we'd see coming into the game. Really just not only proving to be more of a physical runner there, but terrific decisions leading to points for Bamberg.
Well, you got to give it to Bamberg. I mean, they have run the football well tonight on the road against an unbeaten Barnwell team. This Barnwell team 8-0, and right now they're in trouble on their home turf here, 7-0. $7-0, the visitors from Bamberg-Ehrhardt. And let's see if Barnwell can answer. They have really not been able to get anything going offensively. In the first half, they had only 42 total yards. And really, on their first drive, unable to get much going either. They completed one pass. It was a short pass out into the flats, but that's it. Under 50 yards total offense. If you'd have told me Barnwell was going to have under 50 yards total offense with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, I would not have believed it. And the catch made at about the 14, and the return up to about the 26 or 7. Or maybe all the way up down to around the 29 goes the return man. And you have the football there.
It's very easy in a game, when neither team has scored, you sort of play to your opponent to a certain point. You're not necessarily complacent, but you are, nothing's really bad because you haven't given up a score. So you can sort of kick the can down the road as much as you want. But then when the other team scores now, I really expect to see from Barnwell, they're really going to have to kind of show their true colors here in terms of what they think they're going to run to get in the end zone, because now they actually have to. So.
Yeah. Well, here we go. And I think somebody moved on that front for Barnwell.
Yeah.
See what the call is.
Got a false start.
It is going to be a false start on Barnwell. It's going to back them up. These Warhorses, they knew they were going to have a fight on their hands. They lost to Bamberg last year on the road, but I, for one, thought Barnwell had a slight advantage maybe, and I thought they would be the team that would be able to run the football a little bit better with their two backs. But the two running backs have been held in check. The passing game in that first drive of the second half, not a whole lot going on, and they look like they're going to spread it and try to throw it a little here. Let's see. Elmore, the quarterback, just under 500 yards passing. That one tipped, and that one is intercepted. Oh, almost intercepted by Manigault again. Another tip ball, and Manigault nearly had his second INT.
Yeah, that one right in his hands, just not able to hang on to it.
Elmore just a little high on that one and a little behind the receiver, and they are very lucky. Barnwell very lucky that Manigault did not hang on to that, because Bamberg would have had the ball at about the 35. So,
and again for Barnwell,
well, here's
you want to throw the football in this half to try to get something going, but man, each and every time when they do, or they just drop it in it, something as innocent as dropping the ball, it's almost turning into, and sometimes turning into turnover.
But you're counting on a guy who's completed 20 passes in 8 games, and there he does complete one, Elmore. I mean, not saying Elmore's not a good quarterback, but it's certainly not what you've done all year.
Right.
I mean, 20 completions and 43 attempts coming into tonight.
Well, and that's the thing. So, let's say you complete a couple of passes. I don't know that really opens up, the middle, that tackle box for the run as much as they know you're going to have to really run the ball.
Yeah.
To get points on the board.
Well, that at least gets them some positive yardage and a positive play out of it. Not a whole lot, but right now, again, they're struggling to break over 50 yards of total offense. And Elmore going to throw again. He scrambles, looking for someone, throws it up for grabs, and it's just going to go out of bounds. So he throws it away on third down, and that's going to bring up fourth. And this is a common occurrence tonight, the punting unit for Barnwell coming on.
Yeah. There's nothing really doing there.
Not exactly what I expected tonight. I expected a 20-21 game or something like that, with a lot of good running. And, man, Bamberg-Ehrhardt's defense has done a great job of stuffing this Barnwell offense so far. And they're going to get great field position again, Matt. Frazier's on to punt. The return men are back at about the 38. Manigault is one of them, and the other return man catches it. That was number 12, Ziegler. So Bamberg will have the ball just shy of the 35 at about the 33.
And they're going to come out and really run the football. I mean, you almost sell out to the run here. They're going to really try to knock a hole in this clock, get this thing to the fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're going to get that clock rolling, especially with Barnwell electing to try to throw the ball pretty much for the majority of the plays on offense, and some of them are incompletion, so it's keeping that clock from running.
I think I tackle the quarterback on every play regardless
of
what he's doing. And there he keeps it again. He's shifty in there, and he'll pick up about 2. A.J. Williams, who had a 64-yarder call back, he's still been the offensive star in a game that's 7-0 tonight.
Right. And Game Night Live is presented each week by McDonald's. Don't miss out on McDonald's new Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy cuts of chicken seasoned just right. And they use every last morsel of our tenders to get every last drop of our delicious sauces. Like the new signature sauce, our Sriracha Mac Sauce is delicious. Prices and participation may vary. McDonald's, I'm loving it. That Sriracha Mac Sauce.
It's the real deal.
Tremendous.
It's the real deal.
It's really good. I know you were able to try the tenders.
I was.
I had to do some investigation on my own because you did not invite me, but it is good.
Williams on that play was able to pick up about 6. About 6. It's going to be third and about 3. Third and a long 3 here. Williams fakes it to Gaynor, takes it up the middle, and he's going to pick up the first down. So Williams tonight has been the star on offense, and right now he's leading his team to perhaps a second touchdown. The way this game's going, that might be an insurmountable lead. Barnwell has been able to do nothing offensively. It's going to. I think it's going to have to be the Barnwell defense or special teams or something that gives them a lift and maybe a big play to get the momentum going a little bit their way.
they'll offset first down.
So it looks like we're going to have offsetting penalties there. A couple of the guys going at it a little bit. 33.
We have offsetting personal fouls
Wilkins
on the offense.
for Bamberg, and it was 81.
And on the defense,
span for
the penalties offset first down.
Span for Barnwell. Game Night Live, and it's hard to believe this year just flying by. We've got so many good games. Last week, the Evans Grovetown game, phenomenal. This week, we got a dogfight. Next week, we go to Waynesboro, Bird Dog capital of the world, for Burke County Thompson. That's going to be a good one. And, of course, we wrap it up in 2 weeks with Josie Laney. It's been a great, great year. Hard to believe it's just flying by, though. As Williams keeps it again, makes a man miss. This time, good job by one of the linebackers coming up and making the play. That is number 47 for Barnwell. That is Cole Curse who made the play. Because it looked like Williams might have another big gainer here. So he skipped through the line, and then Curse came up and made a nice tackle and drove him back. So it'll be 2nd down and 7, maybe 8, 2nd and 8. And Williams with a couple of men to his right. He's going to keep the football again. Williams keeps it around the right side. A big hit there on the near the sideline, and Curse was in there as well.
I'll tell you, I have to agree with you. If I was Barnwell, I would just tackle the quarterback on every play.
Every play.
You're probably going to make the right choice. I'm going to have to let somebody else beat me.
Yeah, I want to see one of the. Yeah, I want to see one of the other guys, because now he's getting to the point where he's keeping it almost every time. And of course, you might give up a run here and there, but
that's fine.
He looks like the one you need to stop.
Right.
A lot of teams, of course, will have a spy and all that. I'm just saying, whoever's there, tackle him. So it is 3rd and short, 3rd and about 2. And he handed off this time, and who's there? Our guy, Deshaun Watson. Man, I'm going to keep up with this kid. This sophomore can play football. I mean,
terrific.
He is ready to go. Watch this hit. Augusta Payne Center hit of the game, perhaps, by the sophomore as he tackles Brown for a huge loss. It was 3rd and 2. He's going to lose 7 on the play, so it's 4th down, and that'll bring on the punter. That is Blaze Bunch, who we heard from at halftime. Bunch has had some really good ones tonight. His last one, not his best effort, but this time he gets off a good one. Really good punt. Angle to the sideline, is going to bounce out of bounds and inside the 20, down inside nearly the 15. And that's where Barnwell will take over. Late in the 3rd quarter. And we'll take a timeout. 3:15 to go in the 3rd. Barnwell has the ball, but they trail 7-0 to Bamberg-Ehrhardt. Back with more to mo. All right, we are back here. Barnwell has the football. They trail it. Back from our Napleton Infinitive against the timeout. Barnwell trails 7-0 to Bamberg-Ehrhardt. They were able to stop that drive thanks to a nice play by sophomore Deshaun Watson on 3rd and 2, stuffing them for a 7-yard loss. And they come out this time running the football with Michael Lee, the big 230-pound running back. Again, they have 2 backs averaging over 100 yards a game. 2 backs that had combined for 23 touchdowns, and they've been able to do nothing against this Bamberg defense tonight. And I know we keep harping on it, but, man, I just didn't expect it. This was a team averaging over 30 points a game. They were winning their games by an average of over 20 points a game. And we just goes to show you this Bamberg squad pretty darn good as well. They beat Batesburg-Leesville last week in overtime. Their only loss came to Scotch Branch, who's a good ball club. That was early in the year. They're going to throw it. Elmore looking to throw, and he overthrows his target. The Barnwell fans wanted a pass interference. The ball was overthrown. I don't think the ball was catchable.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
And Elmore's just been high on his throws and a little excited maybe. He's been high on all his throws tonight. And that is so dangerous when you have guys like Manigault back there, A.J. Brown back there. I mean, you got or A.J. Williams, excuse me. You've got so many good athletes. That is a dangerous thing to be throwing the ball high. So now all of a sudden they're in 3rd and 9 just like that. I mean,
right.
A run for 1 yard, an incomplete pass, and you're maybe giving the football back.
This is very odd.
So Elmore looking down to throw. And again, it's a little bit high. That one should have been caught, though.
It's just because he looks great. He's got a great throw. Some of them have been high, but it's just hard for him to really get started with anything if they're not able to catch the ball.
Yeah, that was a little bit high, but the receivers got to hold on to that one.
Because you really have there's no bailout there. When you do throw a good pass, it's not caught. When you don't throw a great one, it gets intercepted. I mean, that's very, very confusing as a quarterback. Very hard to really get in any type of momentum.
Well, Ty Frazier is getting a workout tonight. Another punt, and this is going to give Bamberg great field position. Even though it does take a good Barnwell bounce, Bamberg's still going to get it at about the 43-yard line, almost the 44.
Yeah, for the best high school football coverage each and every Friday night, tune into Football Friday Night with Nathan Palm and Zach Hughes. No other station covers more high school football games than Football Friday Night. You can get hype with the area's #1 high school football television show every Friday night at 11:35 p.m. on WJBF News Channel 6. Do a good job. We actually make a little flash appearance on there.
That's right. Get a little recap of our game, and of course they do a phenomenal job. Nobody covers more games for sure. You get the top 5 plays of the night as well.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got some scores from around the area. Burke County leading Baldwin 20-7 in the second quarter. Thompson on top of Cross Creek 28-7. You've got Evans still leading Greenbrier 24-20. Our game is flying by, so some of these are still at halftime, some in the second quarter. Screven County leads Josie 21-zip. Aquinas 10-0 over Washington Wilkes. And you'll get a recap. Oh, and by the way, South Aiken has battled back to tie it with Airport. It was 14-0 Airport. It's now 14-14. So those are some scores from around the area, courtesy of our friend Nathan Edwards, our spotter and statistician with Game Night Live. And first, going to set up a third down and about 8 here. And North Augusta up big, 35-0 now in Midland Valley, I'm being told.
Right here, as we'll see for Bamberg, looks like they're going to stretch this out as long as they can. I would think we're going to see a run here, try to get this thing as close to fourth quarter as possible.
Well, there we go. First time a running back with a nice play, and that's Keyshawn Brown right up the middle.
And a long way to go, but he gets there. And for certain now, Bamberg's going to get this thing and take it to the fourth quarter with the football.
They were so worried about the quarterback. I said tackle him on every play. Well, that time, nothing fancy. They handed it off to Brown. He goes right up the middle for the first down. He picked up, needed a little over 8 to get it, and he got that easily. There's Keyshawn Brown. He's back there again with the quarterback, Williams.
See if the quarterback keeps it. Hands it off here.
No, going to go to Brown again. This time he stuffed at the line of scrimmage and might have lost a yard or so. Good job by the defensive front.
See right there, good job by Barnwell.
Yeah, 64 in there again. Jackson Carter's played a pretty good game tonight. He had a nice play there. There you see him. Middle linebacker, Jackson Carter. And just about the end of the third quarter here, and they're going to let it run out. So that will be the end of 3 quarters of play. With your score here in Barnwell, Bamberg-Ehrhardt 7, the hometown Barnwell Warhorses 0. Back with fourth quarter action here on WJBF Sports Game Night Live in just a moment.